Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are at day 14 of the February daily Leetcode challenge, and we have a very good question in front of us. Okay, I really felt very happy after I solved this question because this had a mix of everything. It looked easy, but there were some edge cases. Okay, I thought like I have almost reached the solution, but then I saw some cases because of which I felt okay, further optimization is possible, and I had to modify it altogether. Okay, so this question was like totally like a up and down task. There are so many ups and downs, but finally I felt really happy that I could solve this kind of question with such optimization. Okay, and by the way, let me tell you this one thing, which I did not see, by the way, what you should be seeing. See, ideally, I guess they are expecting you to code in OFK way, but what I thought is that okay, because K is such a huge one, I did not even think of coding in OFK way. I directly went for the O1. Okay, so the solution that I am going to show you, it is going to be in O1 approach. Okay, that is both the function that I have given. I will be solving them in O1. Okay, both the functions will be implemented in such a way that it takes just O of constant time. Okay, let us quickly start with this question. Before starting, just let me give you a basic of what we are doing. It's basically related to streaming data. Okay, if you're not aware what is streaming data, see, this kind of questions, it depends on which company interview you are doing. Okay, so normally, okay, anyone can ask that, but what I have felt is that companies which are using for this particular techniques are very specific. Okay, for example, if you are in a cloud role, or let us say you are going for a data engineering interview, I felt that this kind of questions are most likely to appear there because they are related to that background also, and obviously they will test your programming knowledge also. Okay, what I felt is that this question doesn't test much of a programming knowledge, I mean the algorithmic knowledge, but obviously it's like analyzing, and it's a very case specific thing. Okay, so yep, there's not much algorithm used here, just some mathematics and some basic common sense and observations. Okay, so let us quickly begin. So as you can see, you are given a streaming data. Okay, the input is not very like in a readable way. It's not very readable. So let me quickly explain you without that. Okay. So what is given is we are given a stream of data. What is stream? Basically, stream is that you'll be continuously getting some numbers. Okay. Let us say obviously all are going to be integers, and the range of them is going to be between, as you can see, this 0 to 100. Okay. So you're going to continuously get 0 to 100. In between, then one of the numbers will be getting continuously. Okay. And that is what is given here. Okay. Yep. So you are basically going to implement a whole class. Okay. This class has basically three methods. One of them is a constructor in which you have to decide what data structure you want to use. And let's come to the second function. Here is the add function. Okay. Add function basically is going to give you integer, which is the num. You have to append this integer in your data structure. Okay. In whichever data structure you are planning to store your stream. Okay. As simple as that. So stream data processing is like a whole new branch. Okay. I'm not going to depth of it, but just want to give you a glance that if you are going for interview of data engineering related roles, please do prepare this topic, streaming interview related topics. They are very like, remember, it's totally vast topic. Okay, it's not something which I can teach you in this simple video, but remember there are huge techniques there. Okay, now if you go to like a different platform like Azure or GCP and all that, they have various, like, they have totally different services for this kind of scenarios. Okay, for the streaming data. So in this particular function, you have to basically store the number. Okay, see, they have not mentioned in which data structure you have to store. That you have to plan. You have to initialize the data structure in the constructor, and then in this particular function, whenever the number is coming, you'll have to store it. Okay, next, this will be called in between. Okay, and what they are trying to tell you is that they have given a integer k as your input. What you have to do is, for the last k numbers that you have seen till now, that is the last k integers that we have received till now, you will have to return the product of that. Okay, so as I mentioned, if you try to do this particular function O of k way, okay, that is, you have to use a for loop, go to the last k integers, and then take the product and then return it. That will take you around O of k time. Okay, as they have mentioned here. Okay, in the follow-up, as you can see, they mentioned O of k. Okay, but I am not going to show this solution. Anyone can code this kind of stuff. I am not going to show you that. I am going to show you in O of 1 approach. Okay, and yep, I have not seen the official solution till now, but what I felt is that when I saw this code, I tried my best. Wherever I could optimize, I did that, and finally I'm showing it to you. Okay, at after point when I felt okay, I could not optimize further, that's when I'm making this video and showing it to you, because I felt I've reached the best level of automation, which beyond which I cannot go. If you feel like there is further automation possible, please do let me know. I want to create a discussion on this topic so that we all get interested and try to solve new things. Okay. Remember, the way algorithms are developed, okay, what we are learning now are developed by people like you and me who are in their, I can say, like, MTech kind of courses or MSc kind of courses. Okay. MS kind of course and foreign. So please develop that intuition, develop that habit of like questioning things, try to optimize things further. Remember, this is what is sought after in different interviews. If you have that inbuilt, you can clear interviews. If you don't have that inbuilt, you will have to struggle to act that you have that, okay, in interviews. So kindly develop that habit where you question what is happening, create a group around you where they can question different way, you can learn from them. Okay, always create that kind of atmosphere where you can grow. Okay, now coming to this question, let me show a few basic cases, then I will show my solution. So yep, I have created a basic sample basically which I will be doing, showing you the dry run of my code, and then we'll go for the real code. Okay. So you see here, this is going to be a streaming data. So, okay. So first 3 is going to come, then 0, then 2, and then 5, and then 4. Okay. And finally, we are going to call this particular function get product, in which the k is going to be passed as 2. Okay. That is, we have written the product of the last two numbers. So we will analyze how we are maintaining the data structure, and finally how we are calculating this product. With this, you will be able to get, like, you will be seeing how the logic is being built, and then you will be able to code. That's what my assumption is, that after my explanation, you should be able to code. If you are not able to, I will show you my code as well at the end. Okay. Yep, let us quickly begin. See, first 3 is coming. Okay, before that, always I will initialize my prefix product. That is the, if you see, this is going to be list. Okay, I'm maintaining a list. So first element is always going to be 1, even if it is not a part of the input. Still, I always have the first element as 1. Why it is so, you will get to know in a few minutes. But just pay attention. You will get to know why it's happening. See, idea here is, you might have heard about the prefix sum. Okay, similarly, I'm going to, try to mimic that same approach in a product. Okay, so it is going to be a prefix product now. Okay, so 1 is here, so 3 is coming. So whenever element is coming, what you have to do, take the last element we had, okay, in the prefix product, multiply the current element with that. That is 3 into 1, which is 3. So I am going to write 3 here. Okay, as simple as that. Next, 0 is coming. So obviously, whenever 0 is coming, whatever be the last element in your prefix product, always, if you multiply that with 0, it is going to be 0 only. So we have to write 0 here. Okay, as simple as that. Now there is going to be a edge case. Now see this part. After 0, the number coming is 2, but we will not do 0 into 2. We will not do that, because we know if you do 0 into 2, obviously everything which comes after 0 is going to return 0 only if you do a prefix product. So here we'll have to break our idea. Here we have to take a edge case. See, if the number is 0 here, okay, if the prefix product is 0, the last prefix product is 0, but the current element is not 0, what we have to do, simply write the current element as it is without multiplying this with 0. Okay, so here, as you can see, we are writing 2 as it is. We're not multiplying this with 0. Okay, next is 5. Take 5, take the previous number, which is 2. 5 into 2 is going to be 10. Write 10 here. Similarly, take 4, take the previous number, which is going to be 10. 10 into 4 is 40. Write 40 here. Okay, now this is all about this add function. Okay, I have explained the whole logic behind the add function. Now we'll go to the get product, and we will see 3 such cases. Okay, now let us say k is equal to 2. It's a very simple case. What is k equal to 2? We need the product of the last two numbers. How to do that? We're using our data structure in O of 1 approach. See here, the last number that we are going to see is going to be basically the product of all the numbers that we have seen before. Okay, obviously there are some edge cases like the 0, but other, if you have, let's say you have no zeros in your product, like no zeros in your stream, that means the last number that you are seeing, okay, at this point, is going to be the product of all the numbers we have seen before that. Okay, as simple as that, right? Including the last number. So in this case, what we'll do is, here k equal to 2. So what we'll do, 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have to divide last number with third last number, which is 2. Okay, we'll divide 40 with 2. Okay, by, see, 2 is there, 2 plus 1 is 3. So we have to take third last number. Okay, so third last number is 2, last number is 40. So you have to do 40 divided by 2. You are going to get 20 as the answer, and 20 is basically the product of the last two numbers. Okay, as you can see. So in the O of 1 approach, we were able to get the product of last two numbers. Remember, this k can be anything. Okay, I've just shown you as an example. This k can be like 5, 10, 15. If you see the range of k, see here, k is going to be around 10 power 4. So instead of going for a 10 power 4, like single iteration of a 10 power 4 to get an answer for a single product, this particular call, okay, single call for this particular function, where is that? Yep, get product. We are going to get the answer in O of 1 time by just doing integer division here. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, this is going to be integer division. So let me write one more, divide by symbol. Okay, now let us come to a different case. So if you are not sure how this works, it's very simple. See here, if you take these two, okay, these three, it's going to look like this. You have to divide by the last one, which is 2. It's going to look like this. Take this as the divide by symbol, and finally, if you divide, what will happen? This and this will get cancelled, and we are going to get the result. This product result last two numbers. Okay, that is how this particular stuff is working. This is the, I'm taking this idea from the prefix sum approach. Okay, this is going to the prefix product. I'm taking the same idea. So if you're not sure about this idea, please go and read some articles on this, the prefix sum approach, and then try to devise the same ideas in the product approach. Okay, prefix product, I've done the same. Okay, the case that I've shown you now is going to be very simple. If you know this topic, you will know this case also. Okay, now let us come to some of the edge cases. Let us talk about k equal to 4. Okay, if you see what is k equal to 4, we need basically the product of last four numbers. In this case, the last four numbers has a 0 also. Whenever we know there is a 0 involved, we are sure that the answer is going to be 0, and that's why we have to return 0. But how to code that? So for that reason, if you see, I am going to maintain a variable separately for this, which is going to store, remember, see here, one good thing is that we always need the product of only the last k numbers. Okay, always the last k. Okay, so we'll take advantage of this. We will store the index of the most recent zero. Okay, that is the most recent zero that we have seen. Only for that we are going to store the index. Okay, we'll not store the index of every zero. We'll only store the index of the most recent zero that we have seen. Okay, if that zero lies in this range k. Okay, so in this case, if you say k equal to okay, not that one, k equal to 4. Okay, so we know that I need the product from last four numbers. If this zero lies in this last four numbers, I will not calculate the product. I will simply return zero. Okay, so this is again a edge case. The answer for this is zero. Okay, now comes the most important part. See here, let us see the last case, k equal to 3. If you see k equal to 3, we need to take the product of the last three numbers. Why this is edge case? This is very simple, right? But it will become edge case because of the way I have implemented the solution. So if you take the way we did this, okay, what we will do, we will take the this particular number 40 and we will divide this with, see, k equal to 3. So you have to take the fourth last number. Okay, so 40 divided by 0 will come. Okay, 40 divided by 0, obviously it will lead to a division, dividing by 0 error. Okay, so that is obviously an exception that cannot be handled. Okay, we cannot divide by 0 basically. Okay, divide by 0 exception will come. So what we have to do here, we are going to see, whenever you get a scenario where you have to divide by 0, in that case we will simply skip the division and return the last element as it is. Okay, if you see what is happening, the answer for this basically, if you see k equal to 3, what you have to do, see what like ideally what should be done, 40 divided by 3+1, which is 4, so fourth last number, which is 0. Okay, 40 divided by 0, but we are not going to do that. I will simply return 40 in this case. Okay, because division by 0 is not possible, I will simply return 40. Why I have done that? See, even if you see 40 is the answer. Okay, we take the last three. Okay, 5 into 2 is 10, 10 into 4 is 40, so obviously the answer is going to be 40. Why is this happening? Because there is an exception here. See, when 0 came, I wrote 0 as it is, but when number 2 came and the last number was 0, I entered the 2 as it is. Okay, because of that reason, see, this is a edge case here. For that reason, it becomes an edge case here also. Okay, that is the basic idea. So I have explained all the three cases in both add and the get product function. Now let us see in the code wise what we have to do. So this is in constructor. So as I mentioned, first of all, I will maintain a list. In this list, by default, one element will be there in the starting, which is 1. Okay, this is basically going to act as a prefix product. Like we have prefix sum, this is going to be prefix product. Okay, next I'm going to maintain extra variables to store the index of the most recent zero that we have seen. Okay, now let us quickly begin. Now coming to add function, there are three cases. If the number is 0, add it as it is, because obviously I don't have to see anything previously, because whenever a number is 0, if you try to think about the prefix product approach, obviously 0 multiplied by anything will be 0 only. So I will store 0 as it is. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, maybe let us start with this code. Okay, so whenever a number comes, what you have to do, see, take the last number in our prefix product. Okay, which is self dot nums of -1. -1 will give you the last number that we inserted here. We have to multiply this number with our current num. Okay, num is your input currently. This num should be multiplied with the last number that we have in the prefix product. Okay, so this will give you the prefix product for this number. Okay, as simple as that you have to append. Okay, now if the number is 0, what you have to do, obviously this whole multiplication will lead to 0 only. So this is, I'm treating as edge case, I'm writing 0 as it is. One more thing is that I will have to update this also. Okay, I will have to update this variable also. So self dot last 0 num index is equal to length of this particular array -1. Okay, as simple as that. This particular list -1. Next, the other edge case is that if nums of -1 equal to 0. Okay, that is the case that we saw here. When I'm going to enter 2, what I got to know is that the last value present in the prefix product is 0. So I will not multiply, I will not do the multiplication, I will directly insert num. Okay, so that's what we have done here. If the last element in the prefix product is 0, simply insert the num as it is. Okay, and simple as that. So these are the three cases we have in the add function. Okay, now let us come to the get product function. Here I'm taking the length first of all. Now if self dot last num index is in this range. Okay, why this range is coming? Remember, we need the product for the last k numbers, so we have a range basically. Okay, starting from n minus k till n minus 1 is a range. Okay, we need the product between these numbers. Okay, so if my recent 0, most recent 0 lies in this range, then I have to return 0. Okay, I did not do any calculation. This is the optimization that I can think of. Okay, I will simply return 0 in this case. Okay, now I will come to this case at the last. Before that, let us see the other one. See what I have to do. Take the last value in the prefix product. Okay, which is self dot nums of -1 is the last value in your prefix product. I'm taking that divided by, remember, this is the integer division. Integer division by self dot nums of minus of k plus 1. Okay, as I mentioned, if you have if you have to find the sum of the product of the last k numbers, what you have to do, you have to divide by last k plus 1 number in your prefix product. Okay, so self dot nums of minus of k plus 1. Okay, minus of k plus 1, as simple as that. Okay, this will give you the last, the k plus 1th number from last. Okay, as simple as that. You have to divide that with the last number in the prefix product. So this will be the part. Okay, now let's say if this number is 0, what we have to do? For this reason, we have to handle this case. Okay, if this denominator becomes 0, in that case we will not do any division. In that case, we will simply return the numerator. Okay, so whatever is the numerator here, that we will return here. Okay, if this denominator becomes 0, what we have to do? Simply return the numerator as it is. That's what we have done here basically. Okay, this is the if statement. After these two cases, okay, if these two cases are not true, only then we will do the real integer division. Okay, it is going to be integer division because the return type is an integer. Okay, so yep, friend, that was all for this particular video. I really enjoyed this solving this question. And see here, if you try to solve it in one approach, what I felt is that the acceptance rate will be even low. Okay, the acceptance rate will be even low. It will not be crossing 55%. That's what I felt. But yeah, I guess that they are also accepting the off-case solution. Because of that reason, the acceptance rate is around 60. But obviously, if that had not been the case, it would have been less than 55. That's what I can think of. Okay, so yeah, friend, that was all for this video. If you like my efforts, if you like this approach, please do let me know. This really gives a lot of motivation to continue further, that our code is reaching someone is learning from our code. Because see, I also start when I started, I learned from someone's code like this. Okay, I did not have paid resources, I learned from free resources. That's why always have this mind that I have to give back to my community. And obviously when I see, you need a reason to code basically. See, you cannot code every day, believe me. See, today I've completed around 115 days of continuous coding. You cannot do that if you don't have a reason. So that's why I feel that I'm writing the code, it's helping someone. Okay, someone with a basic internet connection can learn from my videos, can get a motivation to code every day. Okay, see, when I was junior, I felt it was very difficult. I did not have the motivation. See, you leave the motivation. I did not know how to solve in all the questions which are coming every day. Okay, I could only solve some of them. So for that reason, I'm creating these videos, that you get a confidence that yeah, these questions are doable. Many people are doing it, I can also do that. Okay, I see, it's not only about doing, I will do it in the most optimal way. Okay, if you get the right resources, I can challenge that. Yeah, remember those people who are in a bank level companies, those are dream companies, even they are doing this and they are reaching there. Okay, even after reaching there, they are doing this to retain themselves. Okay, or to explore further opportunities from there on. So believe me, what you're doing now, that is something that even people who are sitting in a FANG level companies are doing. Okay, this is just the same, you and they are doing the same. Okay, the only difference is that they have reached the interview, they have cleared it. You have still not reached the interview, but you will clear it if you are doing the same. In the most, remember, you have to work hard. Your code should be optimal, your code should speak for yourself. Okay, it's not like you have copied from somewhere, you're pasting somewhere, or you remembered a code by someone and you're writing that in your interview. That will not happen, believe me. Interview has, see, always questions will be different. It's very rare chance we'll get the same question. Okay, so believe me, keep practicing. It's not that you have to mug up, you have to remember stuff. It's like you should be able to generate a code like this. You should be able to develop a code like this which can beat 100% of the test cases, which can be something that no one has even thought of. Okay, that's that. Remember, you have to reach that thinking. Okay, that logic building. Okay, it's not about the code that you write, it's about the logic building. You are a problem solver, you are going to solve problems for the company. So it's not just about the code, it's about the thinking. Okay, it's about the logic building. So often, that was all for this video. If you like the efforts, if you get to learn anything from these videos, please do subscribe. That will ensure that it reaches multiple more people who don't have paid resources. They can at least learn from these videos. And I will try my best to improve my content. When I say content, I meant the quality of my code. See, I'm not spending anything on creating these videos. Okay, I'm using whatever I have, and just I'm making use of resources that I have and creating these videos. So what I can do most is that I can basically make the quality more, is that I can get some more uh, I can say, like, I will can try my best to optimize the code further and I bring that to you. That's the only thing that I can do from my end. I will try to do that for you. So if you like my efforts, please do subscribe to the channel. This really gives a lot of motivation to continue further. See you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.